Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahne, the Midwest premier sports handicapper, coming to you from TonySpix.com and the half of the morning show duo, The Morning Steam with Ramon Scott. But hope you enjoy this free pick video from our show. Be sure to click in the link in the description for our best bets. Now here is the pick.
Let's get into Major League Baseball. See if we can finish this one up here with 15 games. And we're going to go out to Wrigley and see. Hopefully the weather's better today.
Right.
They did get that game in after what it was, at least an hour rain delay yesterday. And, a couple left-handers here that have, what can you say? Smiley at home going up against Urias, but still the Dodgers a pretty big favorite here. Steam came in on the Cubs, Mindy, but the Dodgers still. I'm going to look at the line here live and see if it's moved. I think it's probably going to. Yeah, it's down to $1.60. $1.60, 9.5 under 15.
Urias, who's 3-1, 1.90 ERA, 26 Ks. I think he should be able to go ahead and limit this offense here a little bit for the Cubs. The Dodgers are struggling a little bit offensively here as well. They're currently ranked 22nd in, on the offensive side. So I'm going to go ahead and take the under here today. Going under the 9.5 runs.
Okay, not looking at the screen there. Scotch come in with that weather report. I know the wind is going to be blowing straight out to center field today. Let's see if he's chimed in here with that. Okay. Here comes Mick. I'll start saying Mick because that sounds more like a name. Maybe Mick can tell us what's going on. And does say Dodgers a lock. Please, everybody, take the Dodgers. Well, I would say now my theory, and Mick is new with us, so I respect him a lot. Thank you for coming in. But if I get the Dodgers a lock, I'm saying everybody take the Cubs. I want the best possible. But we do want to tell our friends about winning plays. That's why we're here. Yeah, and Mick does say, look at that line going down also. Solo on the Dodgers. Here's Neil's got a parlay for you in there. Doesn't include this game, but you guys can see it. He's posted his play there. Here's Demetrius on the Dodgers. Brent Cook, Dodgers money line. A lot of support here for the Dodgers. Mick says you like unders. I don't know if he's talking to me or Mindy. I do like unders. I'm known as an under guy, I think. Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! And here's Butterscotch. He's got the Cubs money line run line as a lock. It was same pitching matchup. Yeah, good note right there. Same pitching matchup as last week. Smiley's terrific at home since joining the Cubs. I mean, really, really solid. I know he's going up against this hot offense. It's not a great spot necessarily for the Cubs, but the Sharps are on him, and I don't mind, especially at the price. Price seems high to me. Verley Dodgers run line, Takia on the under also. Rocco has a note here, and he's mentioning because of the time that they had met last week. And I do respect that, but notice, and it may be because Urias, is a very solid pitcher, and Smiley is so strong at home. Usually, in a situation like this, with the wind blowing straight out to center field, you would see a total that was, 10.5, but you don't. So I think that's respect for these pitchers. And Neil says he also, though, likes the over because of that. I don't think Scotch actually said anything about him liking the over despite the wind. And I don't think Scotch always plays the wind. Michael Thompson says Cubs on the run line. Very good price here. It's basically about $1.15, $1.20. So I'm on the under with Mindy. I'm gonna, I know what's going on with that wind. Look, it's just partly cloudy today. It's not going to be raining. I ended up on that under because of the heavy conditions. They're not expecting that same weather apparently today. In fact, it will be, like I said, uh, partly sunny, partly cloudy. Scotch, just giving the weather report. And here's Jerome on the Cubs. Go, Cubs, go. All right. We're on the under there. All right, Mindy, here's the Reds and the Bucks as we get into our and our evening action here with Ashcraft. Has been pretty solid so far. And, well, if your name's Keller, you pitched pretty good this season.
Yeah.
And he's won. I think the Pirates have won all three of his starts so far. The Pirates a favorite here. They're up to $1.40. Playing pretty well, these Pirates.
Yeah, they are. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Ashcraft here today. He's also 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA. Like you said, Keller 1-0, 3.8 ERA here. I think Ashcraft might be able to hold this Pirates team in check. I think you're probably going to get a good outing from him, maybe 6-7 innings here. I'm going to go ahead and try the Reds today. I like the Reds a little bit. Their bullpen's been doing okay here as of late. Pirates are the ones, though, that have 9 saves compared to the Reds, who only have 4. But that's the way I'm headed today. I'm going to go ahead and take the Reds here.
All right, Mindy on the Reds with Ashcraft coming in. You see the total there, man. It's really, I believe this may have even opened it. I don't know why they would open it at 9 under, but let me see if that's even the case. Yeah, there was some. Yeah, maybe it was a rogue opener, but I did see one book with a 9 under. Most of them opened 8.5, and a lot of 8.5 still out there, even though I'm listing it at 8 under 20 at 8 over 25. Maybe because I saw some steam come in on the under in this game. I do look. I think I show Ashcraft with some positive matchups, but also some negative matchups. And of course, the Pirates going to, bring in some left-handed bats here, certainly for sure. And I think that's where his problems might lie. And the Reds' offense is a big concern for me. Let's see, though, what's going on. I do think we're going to see plenty of Pirate support. Takia on the Bucks. Neil's got the Bucks. Curtis has the under here as his lock. Solo also liking under. Yeah, 8.5. You're definitely going to be juiced up a little bit. Butterscotch on Pittsburgh. Neil on. Oh, Neil says not liking the Reds. I don't know if that's a pick necessarily. Mick says doesn't think the Reds are looking like the team right now. Demetrius says Pirates and under here. 2 plays. Michael says the Pirates have been hot 7 straight as a favorite. Oh, man, these Pirates, terrific. Wow. Yep. Have they really been – I'm thinking about it. Have they been favored that many – or does that go back a little bit to last year? It doesn't seem like they've been favored in that many games, but maybe clear me up on that. Maybe they have. Seems like they've only been favored like 3 or 4 times, actually. I think Keller's been favored he's been the guy that's been when they've been favored. Pirates and under for Burley. Darren's got the flag. Pirates here for Brent. Jerome on the Reds with you here, Mindy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Luis is on the under. Jay Smooves here today. Good to see you, Jay. I think what Thomas means is that he doesn't get
on
the games
TV.
on TV.
Yeah.
you know, if you need anybody ever need any help there, I know that everyone I think knows how to get some of those streams, but if they don't and they need a little bit, I just hit me up in our Discord. Let's do it, Mindy, real quick here. Uh, Got to put it up there and share the Discord sometime during the show. Now is as good a time as any here in the middle of the baseball card. Let me pop that up there. Make sure you join us in our Discord where Mindy and I hang out and maybe give out some more plays, respond to any questions you might have, put out some information, show Mindy's latest trip to the watering hole, things like that. I've got to start putting some fun stuff in there. I'm serious. Jay says Pirates money line. Bionic likes the under. Pittsburgh here for Jim. So that's true too, Neil. Some of what a couple books will have it up there. Usually the offshores, right? Okay. I better pull the trigger here, Mindy, in this one. I'm not. Discord's going to be on the Bucks. I don't know. The price seems pretty reasonable. I like Ashcraft. Don't get me wrong, and I think that against Reynolds, against Santana, Sawinski, Castro. I don't have the lineups. I'm just looking at the anticipated lineups, but it's a lefty righty situation definitely when it comes to Graham Ashcraft right now. So. Oh, look at that. Corday says get in the Discord and get his best bet of the night. Oh,
There
boy.
you go.
Oh, he's kind of teasing us, right? He could have He could have given it to us there. I don't know if I saw Corday. Is that your first comment of the day? Did Corday just get here? Hello, Corday.
Must have. Yes.
Okay. All right, Mindy. Can't hem and haw any long. I mean, I feel confident in the play. It's just that just didn't know if I kind of wanted to save it. But let's see. Here we go. A couple more. Corday just woke up. Neil says the first 5 under and Pittsburgh money line. All right. Gotcha there. All right, Mindy, I'm on the under with these two pitchers for sure. I think they can keep this one under in Pittsburgh tonight. These two teams definitely played some overs this season, no doubt about it, especially Cincinnati. They are 10-5 to the over as an underdog, but I think with Ashcraft in there, we're in for a different story here. Yeah, I think so, Thomas. I
know anyone that can do like percentages in their head. Goodness, unless you've already like predetermined those.
Well, as a kid, I always counted the sevens really good. I mean, those are touchdowns, right?
I'm just saying when you go down the the leaderboard, you're like 62%, 67. I was like, have you already predetermined those, or are you just going off the top of your head?
Yeah, maybe that's one thing my mind does a little bit. I mean, I don't know what 149 and 112 is necessarily, but all right. Kong says, I'm sorry, Kong. Yeah, we gotcha. I'll put it up there because since I already did, that was his. I missed the second. Did you see Kong's other smash play, Mindy? Did I miss it? He says he's got the Celtics, but I don't know if I saw the other one. Oh, I'm sorry, Kongs. But
yeah,
I know you're at work.
There might have been one.
I know you're at work.
I'll go look real quick here.
Don't go putting it back in there. I don't want to have the first person come in here and say I got fired for watching the morning steam.
I'm going back through the records here.
Okay, I'll introduce the next game a little bit delayed.
Yeah, I don't see the first one. I just see the second smash. Maybe the first one's coming up.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's a baseball game. How about the White Sox and the Rays here with Kopech and Foucher? We've seen Foucher already once, right? But, man, he's a big favorite here against the White Sox. I mean, I don't know. I think we expect some things from the White Sox, and I don't know if they've, obviously been a huge disappointment so far. I think we were expecting that offense to be a little bit better, but you are going against, I don't know where you're putting them, Mindy, but I have the Rays the number one offense right now. Maybe not statistically. I don't know. Maybe they are. You're my expert on that. But I still think they are producing the most. It feels like to me from the eye test, and they're a big favorite here against the White Sox.
Oh, goodness, Ramon. I kind of want to take the White Sox here today with Kopech, that 1.05 ERA in away games here thus far. Also has a 22% K rate here in 9 innings. Rays, I think they're pretty much he's kind of a bullpen pitcher for the most part, right? 4.15 ERA. I don't know. I kind of look for the White Sox to get in on this Rays pitching here today. Taking the White Sox.
All right, Mindy, on the White Sox here. Yeah, I think you're going to find that Calvin Foucher is an opener, in typical Rays fashion. His 5 appearances so far, just 1 game started, and 8 total innings pitched. So, we know the Rays are the masters of the of the opener, if you will. But is that a White Sox money line, Mindy?
Yeah, that would be because I think the White Sox. Oh, I guess I could take the White Sox on the run line. I thought it was too high. It's only like minus 140. So yeah, I would take it on the run line.
Okay. Kopech so far, a 6.3 ERA, not great. White Sox have won just one of his first 3 starts. White Sox have, definitely struggling. They've lost 9 of 13 right now. This is certainly a typical Rays bullpen game. Think of that 13-0 start. They're just 3-3 since, but at home, 10-0, 10-0, and 11-4-4 to the over this season. So let's see right now. 8.5, 165, almost 8.5. So it has gone down 10 cents. That might be some value to some. Let me update the line a little bit on the screen and see what the chat has to say, because I see a lot of comments coming in. A lot of comments in this game.
Right. The mostly, don't do it, Mindy. Don't do it.
Okay, there's Kong's other play with the prop in the NBA. Here's Jay Smoove, wants the Rays on the run line. Rays team total over for Neil. I'll call this an exact score prediction here for Mick. Here's Demetrius, wants Tampa and the over. Moneyline Mills says, well, I think he's going with the Rays. That's his team. We know that. He's our Tampa correspondent. Tequila with you here on the White Sox. Butterscotch, Tampa, team total over. And Solo says over. And Burley, White Sox first 5, going with you a little bit there, Mindy, on a derivative there. And Neil says over in Tampa. Brent, Rays money line. Neil first 5 on Tampa. Mick says Rays run line. Bionic likes the over here in this one. I did see some 8s. It's definitely gone up. Corday on the over here. Luis on the over. Moneyline was indeed on the Rays. Hey, I want to say hello to Lucky Striker. Sounds like a new visitor here. Thank you, Lucky Striker. Bringing back the day.
Yeah, we had quite a few new folks here today. Thanks for commenting. It's awesome.
And Neil Ray's first 5 run line. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to take the over in this one with Tampa Bay. I mean, they're producing a lot of runs. Open game. I like the White Sox offense.
Not cute.
Yeah, well, I think that's my little saying, right? When I'm trying to take a dog, but again, it's just a matter of can't sit there and play favorites all day. But I will tell you this, folks. This week, public favorites, they've been on a roll in Major League. But quite honestly, I mean, I don't, have any statistics necessarily. It's funny because
Well,
Mindy,
Tuesday they were like 12-3, something like that.
okay,
Is it Tuesday that we had the long? Yeah, we had like all 15 games on Tuesday. I remember that one specifically.
I will tell you this. So, road teams this might be favorites this season. Favorites 174 wins, 107 losses. Look, you got to clear. With favorites, we know you got to have a pretty strong winning percentage, but I do think that would be. I think safe to say that still would be able to cover all of the money lines. I don't have the calculation on that, but that's the record for favorites right now, 174 and 107. I'm not talking about units or anything. I'm just talking about straight favorites winning the games. But interestingly here, now this one probably will not continue, but so far, and I've been talking about the overs, are now down to 54%. But road teams actually have won more games this season than home teams, 149 and 137. But this week, it's been a lot of favorites, a lot of public favorites taking the money here. Hello to Lucky Power, Jim on the Rays on the money line. And Butterscotch, yeah. And again, that's so maybe here. I mean, blindly, you're betting, you're looking at par, you don't know what you like, you want to take a favorite. Just do yourself a favor. Look at the opening line. Find favorites that and make sure there's no key injury information type of thing that have changed it. But try to find your favorites where it opened similar to this, maybe even similar to this one. I know Mindy says she's on the White Sox. I know a lot of you on the Rays, right? This game certainly was dealt at a higher line. I believe maybe a bad example. I'm showing a lot of 165s. DK opened at 140, but I did show one.
Are you still there, Ramon? Feel like you might have be stuck, or is it just me? Ramon, are you there? I'm hoping he can come back. Well, shoot, I don't know. Should we just kind of move on, I guess, right? I think the next one up as we're looking at is the Tigers here versus the Orioles. So we're here with, let's see if I can have my pictures come up here. All right, where are we at? And of course, I don't have it here right in front of me. Tyler Wells is pitching for the Orioles. Michael, and then I cut off his name, so let me get him back up. Bring up my spreadsheet. All right. Who do we got for the Tigers? Michael Lorenzen. There we go. So we got the Orioles here favored minus 177, Tigers plus 149. Looking at the run spread here, Orioles are minus 1.5 runs at plus 119, and the Tigers plus 1.5 runs at minus 145. Over under on this one is sitting at 8.5. So for me, I like the Orioles today here. I like them on the run line. I know it's kind of a big price at 177 here, but the Tigers still ranked 29th in batting average, sitting at 218, ranked 30th in runs at 57. I think it's going to be a good day for Tyler Wells here. I think the Orioles are going to be able to improve here on this one. Taking the Orioles here at minus 177. So hopefully we can get Ramon back here pretty soon, and then we can get his take on these. I don't know how long he might be down, so we'll go ahead and we'll keep moving on here a little bit. All right, the next 6:05 game I have here would be the Blue Jays versus the Yankees. And the thing is I don't really have, the capabilities like Ramon does to go ahead and put your comments on this, on the screen. So we'll just kind of have to go back and take a look at that. But it looks like most of you guys had the Orioles here for the most part. So let's see here. If we take a look at Blue Jays and Yankees, I just have to find them. I might be a little bit out of order here. All right. So we got Kikuchi here on the mound for the Blue Jays. And Herman, he's on the mound here for the Yankees today. Yankees sitting here at minus 136 on the money line. Blue Jays plus a 115. Yankees on the run line, so minus 1.5 pays pretty good money, plus a 150. Those Blue Jays here getting the 1.5 runs. Pretty big one there, minus 182. The over-under here in this one is setting at 9. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good matchup, I think, here. So for me, I'm going to... Oh, are you back, Ramon? Are you back?
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get on my phone here just in case.
That was kind of wild because you kind of just froze and then,
Yeah, and usually I can, I can get back on, but we hadn't had any issues for so many months.
I know, right?
The phone, once I tried to go, because sometimes, remember, we had a little bit, and the phone would work just fine. I'd get on in 30, even before you'd even finish the game. And, but I had to like go through the login and get the email code. Right. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, why is this happening right now?
Why is it taking so long? So yeah, I went through the Tigers and the Orioles. I don't know which, which way that you had it. But I went ahead and I took the Orioles on the money line. So most of the folks also had the Orioles. But again, I said, like, I don't have the capability of putting up their, comments there. So we'll have to see where you come out on this Orioles Tiger game. So it might be a little bit out of order because I just took it off of mine.
Great job. Let me see. I'll move it along here then. I think if I missed any of the late plays on the Rays, I'm sorry. We're just going to move on to the next game. I think we were clear on that. I was on the over. Okay. So you said we went to the next game. Tigers and Orioles, you said?
Yeah, that's what I went. I could have been a little bit out of order because it was kind of I pull my lines off of lines.com, so just kind of depends on where you get your info.
Okay. So here we go with Tigers. Thanks. Apologize everybody for that. Thanks for sticking around. We still got 80 people here with us, and I see some funny comments there. Thank you. People would maybe want me to freeze up. Here we go. All right, I got to catch up here. Oh, I want to see what I look like now in my heavy thinking. All right, here comes Mike on the Orioles. Neil, Orioles and over. Luis, Orioles run line. Nathan, Orioles. Here's Burley says he likes Tyler Wells on the mound. Let me make sure the line here, 170, 9 under 50.
Yeah, these comments are totally cracking me up. IRS Pro Ramon screens and assets. Ramon, did you get your taxes done in time?
Oh, yeah. Just use one of those apps.
I have to get mine done, so I can't do it all on my own. Got the craziness going on in my life.
I like the one, comedian. He's like talking about taxes, like you have to guess what you owe, and then you send the money, and they're like, no, you're wrong. Well, just tell me what I owe in the first place. All right, a few more comments. I updated the total there. Still gathering my bearings.
Gathering your thoughts.
Yeah, let me get some more. Let me get some more comments from the crew. Jay Smoove says he likes the over in this one. Takia on the Orioles. Demetrius. Baltimore. A lot of Orioles support, obviously, here with Michael Lorenzen. And Jerome's going to try the Tigers, though, here. Why not, as an underdog? I mean, and let's see. Darren on Baltimore. Jim on Baltimore. Solo on the O's. Adrian Ford here today. Welcome to Adrian. He's on the Orioles. Mindy, you said money line, huh?
Yeah, it's a big number. It's like minus 170 or 177, but I think it's worth it for me today here.
All right. I'm kind of hesitant a little bit on a big price, but we can only do one thing. I'll take the Orioles.
Okay.
Here, like I said, what are they now?
They don't really have a lot of
170. I show it as high as 182. I talk about trying to find. So maybe that's what it was. The send out though was much lower. God, the send out was 140, 145 ish. Maybe there's another bad example. Maybe that's what was happening. I was giving out a bad example of how to play a value on the money line here. But let's take the Orioles anyways. Well, you know what I'm talking about. If you see a line's 175, now it's 150 or something, and you like a favorite right now, and I talk about, how the favorites are doing. So, okay, I'm recovered. We're on the Orioles.
All right.
And let's try next. Can we go with this one? The Rockies and the Phillies. Whoops.
Yeah, see, I was going out of order on that. What came up next for me was the Yankees, so we'll have to come back and get the Yankees later.
Okay, you didn't start the Yankee game, did you?
What's that?
Did you start the Yankee game preview?
I did a little bit, but we're.
Am I starting to?
You're kind of breaking up, maybe.
Okay, I'm sorry if I'm still hanging.
It's okay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
The Rockies and the Phillies here. Big favorites for the Phillies in this one. Minus 280 or so. I'm showing it now up to $3. I'm showing $3.10 at some books.
Wow,
I know the Rockies are. I know the Rockies are in a really struggling, man. This sucks to see a Rockies team off to this kind of start. Oh man, I know I feel like I'm hanging here on you guys. Nola
okay.
maybe minus 310 now. Here in this one, Mindy, how can we go about it with this one?
Well, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Noah Davis can do. Only has the 5 innings pitched here. Away. But yeah, I mean, Phillies are ranked 16th in runs scored. Rockies are 25th. Nola, he only gave up 3 runs in his last start. I think that's probably what's going to happen here today. I'm still going to go under. I'm not so sure the Phillies can go ahead and put up a huge number here against a guy that has pitched, basically, 9 Ks per 9 innings. So I like him so far. We'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and take the under in this one.
Hey, hats off to the Rockies for winning that game yesterday. So Jerome said, look, they won yesterday. And here you have Nola. Nola's not been the Nola we've expected, I would think, so far. Here's Brent says Phillies run line. That's the only play, he says. This Phillies looking to bounce back. Here's Takia run line. Don't know which team, but Takia's on the run line. Jim says Phillies lost yesterday. We'll win today. Blake on the Phillies under. Corday, I'm showing a couple books now, starting them. Yeah, I'm showing the couple books moving this one that high. Let me see. I think you can still find 300s, but I'm showing square book. I'm showing one particular square book offshore is 330. Curtis has a lock on the under in this game. I don't know. Butterscotch says under. Brent, let's see. All right. Jerome says $10 on Detroit and Colorado. Here's Jay Smooth on the over in this one. All right, Mindy, you said, I'm sorry, I'm really messing up here. Under?
I said the under, yes.
All right. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try Phillies run line. Despite what happened yesterday, maybe that was the Rockies. Maybe this is a spot. But I can't like this matchup. Nola's got to turn around, and against guys like Bryant and Crone, I think he can. Yeah, Curtis. It's a little bit of a problem at this point. I understand. I'm sorry about that. There's Butterscotch. Colorado plus 2.5. That's a lock from Scotch. Blue Jays and Yankees here. Kikuchi on the road. Domingo Herman. In this one, I'm showing the Blue Jays currently. Yankees 130, 8.5 under 20. Wow. Pretty big drop here on the total. It was steamed under.
Yeah, that's where I was headed. I'm going to go to the under. I like both of these pitchers here again today. Kikuchi's been doing better since his first bad outing. Under's hit 4 out of the last 5 Yankee games, and the Yankees are pitching, Ramon, like I said, 6.1 innings, only 3 hits, 1 run allowed. I'm going to take the under here.
All right, Mindy on the under. I'm still going in and out a little bit. Not even getting the comments, so.
Oh, you're not?
No. Here, okay. I hope this is this game. Curtis on the over. Here's Butterscotch on Toronto. Here's Jerome on the Yankees money line. Okay. Kikuchi, pretty good so far, no doubt about it, but the Blue Jays don't have much to show for it. Maybe it's been a run support thing because the Blue Jays just 1-3 in his starts. He has a 4 ERA against New York lifetime. Toronto's lost 3 of their last 4 games. Herman's gone under in all 3 of his starts thus far. And New York has won 4 out of their last 5. They're 8-5 at home. Let's get some more comments from the chat. Brent Cook on the Blue Jays. Fernando, team total under. Burley says going to roll with the under here. Okay. I'm gonna have to go against you guys. I think Takia's on under. Solo on the Jays. I'm gonna take the over here. Kikuchi's been good, no doubt. Too late now. I'm gonna have to. We're going to challenge. We're going to challenge.
A challenge.
Maybe I'm on tilt. Maybe I can't. My notes straight.
Mindy versus Ramon grudge match.
Everybody knows what I'm doing now. I'll just have to say it. I'll just have to waste it. Not waste it. It's a pick. I like the over quite a bit, and I don't want to go against Mindy, but the internet has me not giving the right. I don't want to say the right pick. It is my pick. Is the over.
It's one of your picks, but maybe the one you
probably would have pivoted to. I like the Blue Jays. I don't think it's going to make a premium, so I'll just say it like it is. I should have took the Blue Jays as my pick, so I didn't get a challenge against Mindy. But what the heck? we'll take a challenge today. We got to have one. We got to have one every once in a while.
It makes it fun.
Okay, the Marlins and the Guardians. I think these two teams met in the World Series once, but not the Guardians. They were called something else back then. And in this one, a pretty favorite here for the Guardians. They are minus 130. The total 7.5 over 20. So this one's going down as well. Steam came in on the under.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the Guardians here at about minus 140 or so. I think they're doing pretty well here so far. They've, been able to get people on base. The Marlins are the ones that kind of struggle with that a little bit. They are ranked 28th in runs. I think the edge goes to the Guardians here, especially at home. That's where I'm going in this one.
All right. You guys think you got a decent pitching matchup here? What do you guys think of Garrett so far? I'd like to know your thoughts because, I don't know, to me so far, Garrett, 2.61 ERA. They've won both of his starts so far. He doesn't have a win to show for it, but Miami, they won 7 out of 10. We keep making fun of their offense. And, if any indication, they've gone under in 7 straight games, meaning they're getting good pitching as well, but they're not hitting. Plesac, he's got an 8.31 ERA, but the Guardians are 3-0 with 25 runs scored in his starts. Those all went over. So Guardians have lost 3 of their last 4. They're just 2-4 at home this season, and they've gone under in 5 of their last 7. So really got some conflicting information here. I don't know if I necessarily. I mean, that Marlins offense, boy. Let's take the Guardians, Mindy, in this one. I think we could see Plesac have a better start, certainly, here. I'm expecting more from him. See what the chat says in this one. The Marlins and the Guardians. Sorry, folks. My chat, the internet is making my chat. Although Brent's on Cleveland. You guys can see right how I'm getting. You guys see the comments, and I got to go backwards because Blake on the Marlins, and I think that's it so far. Butterscotch Cleveland money line. So looks like Neil on Miami. And I did see another one as well. Lucky Striker was on the Marlins money line. Marlins are a nice money-making team so far, no doubt. Both these teams 10-9. And just apologize if I miss any comments from here on out because it's a little bit of problems. So that's not my goal is to show everybody's pick as long as the show takes. So let's keep going. Astros and Braves. Bryce Elder favorite here, minus $1.15. The total 9 under 20. This one's gone back up to 9. The major steam came in on the under, but I'm showing a lot of 9s out there still. 9 under 20. 9 under 20.
I like Bryce Elder, 2-0, 1.53 ERA, 17 Ks. To go along with that stellar pitching. Braves here are ranked 5th in batting average and 5th in on-base percentage. I think the edge here is to the Braves and the home team. I'm taking them, minus 115.
Yeah, great price. I'll be on with you here, Mindy. Glad we got some plays today. Yeah, after yesterday. Let's get it. Braves with Elder, you mentioned, is good numbers, certainly. So far with that 1.53, you mentioned it. And the Braves have won all 3 of its starts. So Atlanta's on fire. They've won 8 of 9 now. They've gone over. Just make a note here, even though that steam came in on the under, they've gone over in 10 of their last 13 games. We'll see how Brown. I mean, it's been good report so far on Brown. with that ERA of 1.93 and a 2-0 record thus far. I think, for all that offense, I mean, Atlanta's got that great offense, so can Brown sustain it? And, man, Elder is a nice matchup here, though. I'm going to take Atlanta with you. Let's get a few in from the chat if I can. I see it might be working a little better for me. And Atlanta team total over, it looks like, here for money line. Neil says Braves team total over as well. Buttercup says Brown has struggled. Am I just I'm maybe that's on the eye test, right? The numbers are solid, right, Mindy? I don't know what you had said about maybe there's some peripherals that maybe show that he's not looking that good, but I do like that.
If you take a look at him, just Brown and Elder, home and away, splits is what I'm looking at.
Okay.
I mean, neither of them have an ERA, so I mean they're doing well. 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. 1.4 walks for Bryce Elder for 9 innings, 2.6 for Hunter Brown. So maybe you could say his control's a little bit off, but it's one of those they've each only pitched, the one game on the home and away splits here thus far. I like what they've been doing.
Yeah, I think that's what we've seen from Brown is getting into heat and getting out of it. And that's not necessarily great for obviously for a young pitcher, but maybe he does have that fortitude that will. I said that because I was watching someone was making fun of the term intestinal fortitude the other day, so maybe I threw that one in there. Gonna have the intestinal fortitude. Sounds like a bad night at the drive-through. Okay, Brent on the Braves. Okay, we're on the Braves, Minnie. We had another one here, and that's a great price. I like the Braves in this one. Look, they're 14-5 right now. I don't know. The Braves leap over the Rays yet, Mindy?
No,
not quite yet.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe if you could get a little bit more out of that starting pitcher for the pitchers from the Braves, perhaps. I think
that's looking ahead too. You still like okay, because like I said, it was only 3-3. That's not a Major League Baseball season. So even though that 13-0 start, I mentioned the 3-3, but the Braves now 14-5. So okay, a few more player solo. Astros under, Jerome on the under. Let's keep going. Let's get this through this here, and take a big sigh of relief at the end. Hey, got another hot team here. The Rangers minus 200. Picking on the A's a little bit here. 200? Well, it's hot.
Wow.
This is not going to stay at 200 for very much longer once the public starts jumping in. Are they?
I don't know. It might.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, maybe,
I don't know if anyone's really betting on the A's, too much this season. So we'll see. We'll see.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, sure, maybe Gray hasn't been profitable yet, but $2 against this A's team. I made those comments yesterday about the A's moving to Las Vegas and how the A's kind of threw they were very open-minded, and the city of Oakland was not, and that's what I had said, and turns out that's the way the news kind of portrayed it too. So anyways, Rangers here, $2 favorite.
Yeah, and they're coming off 2 games now that they've scored 12 runs each, and now suddenly here they are hitting up against JP Sears, who has a 4.60 ERA. Gray, he's doing well, 3.21 ERA, 13 Ks. It's one of those, like, I expect a lot of damage out of this Rangers team, but it's not necessarily, I don't think the A's are gonna, definitely go scoreless. I'm taking the over in this one, going over the 8.5 runs.
Steam came in on the under. I think that gives us a little value. I mean, man, the Rangers offense, they look like in a great position against Sears here. We really haven't seen. Look, I think we're expecting more from Sears. Maybe the A's just need to get out of of Oakland, and maybe they can be more positive. I don't know, but you've got to think Semien, Garcia, guys like this can have a big game against Sears. They should roll, find a way to get on them. I'll take the over with you. Let's play some plays here, and I think the A's can rack up some runs. The Rangers can rack up some runs. I would be worried a little bit about the A's. I think I even would put their offense below Marlins at this point now. The Marlins started a little bit, and I think that's evident with their success. So here's Luis likes Texas run line. Butterscotch going to go a team total here on Texas. That works for us. Brent on the Rangers 1.5. Here's money line. Says he's got Rangers team total over. And Matt D says, I like Rangers on the run line. I'm actually getting plus money at the BR Sportsbook. I'm sure pretty much at even most places, but that looks pretty good. All right, we're on the over though here, Mindy, and I think we can get an 8 actually in this one.
I hope so.
Let me see. That's weird. Let me update that before we get off the game here, 8/20, because I don't know if there's many 8. I don't know if there's any 8.5s out there right now, and I want to make sure. No, I don't see any at all. That's the books that I follow on my odds screen. I only follow about 12 books, so there could be some out there that are showing an 8.5. If it is, it's going to be juice to the under, I would think at this point. But let's just clean it up here a little bit. We don't show the graphic anymore on the thumbnail, so I guess it doesn't matter as much. But we know that we can get the over. And Corday says, got a little parlay involving the Rangers, so we'll list that. Orioles, Rangers, Twins. The Red Sox, the Brewers here. Mindy, Brewers, big favorite. $1.65, 8.5 over 20.
Well, it looks like, Pavetta has given up 3 runs a game. Peralta coming off a pretty poor performance. It's one of those. Milwaukee does have the third best, pitching team statistically. I'm going to go with them. I'm going to stick with the Brewers here at home, -165.
We're on a roll. We haven't been on a roll like this in a few days. I want the Brewers, especially here. Maybe we talk about the little bit of a discount. Maybe this is it. Showing $1.65. We're showing $1.60 now at a few books. Maybe the Red Sox will take a little action. Take the steam. They are the Red Sox after all. But, we know so far that it's been Brewers right there is one of the top teams in the league. Starting pitching coming through. Relief pitching outstanding so far. Red Sox just a 500 team thus far. So maybe even a little bit uncomfortable as far as $1.60. But I would just think today, Red Sox have been hitting, but Peralta, I think a little better than his stats might indicate at this point. And I think it's going to be real tough for a lot of these Red Sox bats today. He's got what just 3.18. That's still pretty good. Yeah. Brewers now have won 14 of 18. They're 5-1 at home. Boston 12-6-2 to the over thus far. Brewers have gone over in their last 6 games. I'm not sure about the total yet, but let's take Milwaukee in this one. See if the chat agrees. Doesn't look like a lot of opinion on this. Though he likes the Brewers. Butterscotch likes the Brewers. Scotch said sprinkle the run line. And Red Sox says Red Sox says Corday. Corday says Red Sox struggling here on the road of late. Oh man, that's trouble. That's bad news. Curtis
losses. Yikes.
Huh?
I said 11 losses as road dogs, huh? Yikes.
Yeah, well, that's got to date back to last season a little bit.
Obviously.
They only have 10 losses overall, but Burley says he's on the Brew Crew, Matt, on the Brew Crew. All right, we'll take him.
All right.
I'm not going to be afraid, like I said, I'm not going to be afraid at this point of even laying a little bit. I was mentioning about the favorites at this point. Maybe it's a case of the haves and have-nots coming up. That would not be a good thing for baseball, but maybe it's just a bit of an anomaly here early on. All right, here's the Nationals and Trevor Williams, Mr. Personality, going up against the Twins, Tyler Molly, minus 220. And this totals down to 7.5. Yes, Steam came in on the under.
Yeah, that Minnesota Red Sox series was, interesting. They didn't get all the wins there, but they did score 19 runs in those three games versus the Red Sox. So I don't really think we'll have a problem here today getting over the total. These two pitchers have, pretty high walk rates, high ERAs. I think we're getting over the total here today, Ramon.
All right, Mindy on the over here with the Nationals and the Twins. Yeah, Molly's going to be good against the right-handers. I don't know about the left-handers, but neither lineup is impressing me so far. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to agree with you here. I'm going to think that the Twins can roll. I think in this one, let's take a look and see if the chat has the Twin. Yeah, Butterscotch is on the Twins. Talking about the temperatures there, says Matt, I'm showing right now. In fact, looks like some possible weather situation here. I'm showing a pretty strong chance of some rain. Not necessarily. My weather site says just a 5% chance this game gets postponed, but likely precipitation during the game that maybe could delay, or maybe the game could be played at the start and then have rain in the middle. So that does make things a little bit awkward. Matt talks about the wind blowing out. I'm showing it 9 to 11 miles an hour. Pretty brisk, I'd say. Curtis likes the over as well. Brent likes the Twins. We've got a couple on the Twins here, run line. So I will take the Twins on the run line in this one. Against the Nats. No, the Nats are, definitely struggling. Lost 5-13. That's right now not great. So Twins have gone under 11 of their 18 games, so 11 of their 19 games so far with a couple of pushes. But Big Zombie says, let's go Twins. All right, here we go. Here we have the Royals and the Angels. All right, Mindy. Well, I'm sure you could talk about your favorite pitcher here, Taylor Clark, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's pitched 2 innings this year. Yes, he is my fave. How did you know?
The other guy, Ottany, I'm not sure of any. I don't know about him, but Taylor Clark. Tell me about this game.
I mean, he has a 0 ERA so far. I mean, Clark does. So, hey, maybe he's going to be able to give them a run for their money.
Yeah, I might outduel Ohtani here.
But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go under this total. I don't know too much about Clark. The Angels have been struggling a little bit offensively. They just can't be consistent enough, especially with guys on base. I know Ohtani is going to, keep this Royals team down. I mean, they can't hit, righties or lefties. Ohtani, 44% K rate. That's where I'm going to head to the under.
All right, Mindy takes the under. Obviously, I think she's thinking that Shohei is going to go out there and dominate, I would think, in this one is what she's saying to us. See if I can pull up these lineups here a little bit. I would like to see what I'm dealing with a little bit in this one. See what you guys have to say in the chat as well.
Everyone's on the Royals. We don't even have to really look at it.
They're not on the Royals. Come
What?
on.
Are you sure? I'll just pretend I can't see the chat.
Neil says Angels have to be the play. And boy, is it up to 300 now? Still showing some 275s, 8.5 over 20, but boy, did any steam come in on there? That's interesting. 8.5. Let me make sure of that total right now. I'm going to take a look at the odds screen. 8.5 over for the most part is the line currently, so it has gone up a little bit to 8.5 over 20 or so. 8.5 over. I wonder if I've got this wrong. If I typed it in wrong, let me one more time. Pardon me, just a moment.
I have 8.5.
Well, but I had 8 over listed there early, and I just don't think that was ever the case. So, yeah, okay. I just didn't want to confuse anybody either that there would be such a significant line move to the over, because that definitely has not been the case. So, yeah, this lineup's in for it against Ohtani for sure. I'm going to lay a run line here with the Angels and Ohtani. I think some folks in the chat might be, well, not a lot of opinion here actually on this game, even though we were joking about it. I had mentioned, Mindy, about the Angels bullpen. That they've had some bad outings, but the numbers are overall pretty decent.
Well, I mean, they're decent compared to the Royals, right? I mean,
okay. Well, yeah, Royals at the bottom right now.
Yes, they are currently in the cellar. But yeah, I mean, the Angels have six saves compared to the 2 for the Royals. Royals sitting at a 6.89 ERA. Angels 3.27. It's one of those that the Royals do have more strikeouts, though. You know, they've pitched 74. Angels only 69, but the Royals have given up 12 home runs in their bullpen outings, and Angels only 4.
Okay. Well, fair enough. Because Angels, I think 7th in bullpen ERA, 8th in bullpen WHIP. So I didn't know. I'm not saying that they can't give up some runs, but to the Royals, I don't know if they can. Royals have lost 9 of 10 now, no doubt about it. Struggling. They've gone over in 9 of their last 11, but that's just because they give it up. The Angels have gone under in 6 of 9. Their Angels aren't playing that well either. They've just gone 4-7 in their last 11 games. But Ohtani, what was the comment there by the Angels get too much credit? I don't think it's I think it's Ohtani. And you mentioned it, the numbers are just still outstanding. It's not like, I'm sure he, might give some up. Remember, he only pitched 2 innings in that last game. and it got rained out. Rain came and they didn't send him back out there. So let's think we're going to get Ohtani with his ERA under 1 so far. I'll take the Angels on the run line. I thought there was a few more plays here. Oh, yeah, great. Butterscotch had mentioned it. And okay, here comes some of the plays now. Angels run line. I think it's that's the way I'm going to go. The Royals, they're funny. They do actually show some a little bit of fight to cover a few run lines. Let's see what their run line record is at this point. Yeah, pick zombie. Right. I got the Royals as the worst bullpen ERA now, all for sure. I want to say hello to G Ski here today. Here's a prop from Pick Zombies. He wants, or well, maybe he's just giving us. I don't know if it says Ohtani minus 7.5 Ks. Plus what is that? That means
Might just be. I'm gonna say it's just a dash.
That means under.
Well, no, I mean Ohtani. He put, I think, a dash.
Oh, okay.
And then 7.5
Ks. 7.5 Ks.
Okay. And that was responding to Butterscotch, I believe.
Thank you. -1.5, -140. I'll do it. Okay. Padres and the Diamondbacks. Well, I talked about how I like my Padres on the road, and I don't like them at home, but they do have a tough matchup here against Zach Gallen for sure. So Padres aren't hitting. There's no doubt about it. They did come through with some offense yesterday for sure. They got a big lead. Diamondbacks came back to tie it. Padres eventually take the lead and win the game. You like Seth Lugo. He's pitched well, but Zach Gallen is certainly pitching well also.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Gallen pitches well versus the Padres, 14 Ks per 9 innings. And then at home, Lugo, 1.5 ERA. I'm going to go ahead and go under the total here today, under 8.5 here.
Mindy wants to go under here. Lugo, 2.7 ERA, looking good so far. Padres have won all 3 of his starts. The Padres are on the road here, but Zach Gallen hasn't given up a run yet. Boy, looks good. Arizona, they're in first place still, 11-8. Padres are 9-11. Maybe this feels like the spot for me. You said, Mindy, total?
I'm going to go under, yes.
Yeah, a total under. Mm-hmm. And I think there was some steam on the over, so I think you're getting a pretty good price here. 9 over 30 now. Let me update that. I mean, that's a whole run of value. If you guys like the under, you're definitely getting a great price. If you like the over, maybe that ship has sailed. I don't know. I see Zach Gallen out there, and I think I've got a pretty good pitcher. I see Lugo with those good numbers. I agree with you, Mindy. Let's go under. Padres and Diamondbacks, especially at 9. I do like this. I do like this under quite a bit. Probably was going to go premium there, and you can see what Curtis has it as a lock. Blake says Arizona. And here's a Nerfie today from Thomas Lewis, our first Nerfie of the day. How about that? Lugo's allowed a run in the first inning in 1 of his 3 starts. Zach Gallen is not allowed a run in the first inning yet. So Arizona's 20 games, there's been 8 times a run has been scored in the first inning. Padres 21 games, 7 times a run has been scored in the first inning. Here comes Luis is on Arizona. Brent's going to tail us here. Verley, he's going Arizona first 5. Butterscotch on Arizona. Takia's found a 9.5. That's not surprising, seeing that I put on the screen 9 over 30. That definitely would say probably 9.5 under minus 125 or so. So maybe you got the price there for us. All right, we're almost done here. Sorry for the delays today. Cardinals and Mariners, Mats and Kirby. In this one, Kirby $1.30, 8 under 15. Move to the under big time.
Well, I mean, the Mariners prefer to hit right-handed pitching here, and I just think that they've been pretty bad so far. I'm gonna go ahead and I like the Mariners bullpen here a little bit. I think they've been better. They kind of quit walking guys. I'm gonna take the Mariners here on the money line.
All right, and you'll take the home team, the Mariners here. Mats has lost all 3 starts so far. Seattle's got a decent bullpen, I'd say. They're about 10th in the league so far with a 3.42 ERA. Whip's a little bit high, considering that at a 1.38, so they've been working out of a little bit of some jams. All right. Man, let's see here, Mindy. When I see this, oh boy, Mats, those are just bad numbers. You're right. I mean, I mentioned they lost all 3 games, pretty high ERA, and Kirby's been pretty outstanding. I almost want to trust the Cardinals bats here, but now that I see some of those numbers, I'm not so sure. I'm going to take the over in this one, I would think. Seattle's gone over in 6-3-1 in their last 10 home games. Kirby's gone over in all 3 starts, and the Cardinals have gone over in 4 straight. I'll take the over in this one with the Cardinals and the Mariners. Man, I'm not. No, it's 8. I like that.
Same.
All right, last game. Let's get out of here. We got to get out of here. This cost us about 10 or 15 minutes back there. All right, Joey Lucchese. Hello, Joey Lucchese. What is going on with the? How are the Mets going to win the World Series with this rotation? I don't think if any of their guys are all on the injured list now. Whatever. Joey Lucchese hasn't pitched in 2 years. Is going up against DeSclafani here. It's a good thing the Mets can hit because I think their whole rotation is out right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I look on there. I got 0 inning pitch, 0 yard. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing on him, right? It's going to be interesting. But I do think DeSclafani has been really, really bad. He struggled, especially versus the Mets in his career. Giants suddenly can't score at all. I feel like I just still have to take the Mets on the money line, no matter who they pitch. That's how I'm going to go.
Let's go, Joey Lucchese. Let's throw him out there and just figure the Mets in that great offense. Nimmo, MVP.
Yeah, suddenly.
Nimmo, MVP. Anybody? Looking great there. Maybe doesn't have the overall pop to get it done long term, but man, he's hot. Maybe some of these guys can smash here today. Lindor, McNeil. So I'm going to have to take the Mets in this one with you, Mindy. Is it a pick still? Boy, I think they might even – well, I'm showing the Giants a slight favorite in a few places. Here comes Blake on the Mets. Here's Curtis on the under as a lock. Corday says go under. The Steam came in on the over. And – hey, Ricky Blanks. I don't know what that means today, but it sure is good to see you. Mindy, do you know what 314?
314 today. No?
Okay.
Should I?
Either, but good to see Ricky. He hasn't been here in a few days, certainly. So, all right. That's it, Mindy. We'll take the Mets. We got to get out of here. This show went too long because of the delays that we had.
So thanks for watching, and make sure you get over to the Tony'sPicks.com website right now and check out our All Cappers tab where you can purchase some of our own personal picks. And be sure to go ahead and use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20%. Okay, have fun. Watch another video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.